Hi, so it's been a while. I'm back, probably not with the video you'd expect. Going forward, I'm probably going to intermix some videos I find interesting with the FM videos. Just because it's my channel, I can do whatever the f*** I want. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get into the real meat and bones of the video, rating every 21 Pilots song in existence. Bit of an introduction for those of you who don't already know. 21 Pilots are a two-man band from Columbus, Ohio. And I'm a schmuck with no musical talent whatsoever, which makes me the perfect candidate to rate all of their songs. Oop, that's the opinion alarm. Everyone put your hazmat suits on. We don't want to catch anything from these. So without any further ado, here we go. This is the first release under the 21 Pilots name, coming out in May of 2009. It had 6 songs on it, only one of which didn't make it onto the LP released later the same year. This is that one song. It sucks that copyright issues kept this from being on the self-titled album, because this would have been one of the best songs on that album. The first ever full-length project released by 21 Pilots in 2009, back when there were still 3 people in the band. The album goes full-on depressed theater nerd, and it works for some of the songs. I genuinely think some of the tracks here are criminally underrated. As every obnoxious YouTube comment says, first, to be honest though, this song's intro, while long, is ridiculously good. It's a shame the same can't just be said about the rest of it.
I don't wanna fall away.
This is the first quintessentially 21 Pilots song. It's no wonder they still play it at concerts today, because it still holds up.
You should never trust the pantaloon.
The song is lyrically okay, but it's tough for me to get behind the whiny vocal performance.
In fact, I'm only at it again as an addict with a pen who's
Holy bruh, is this song heart-wrenching, and the performance is more akin to something I'd hear on Vessel than on this album. It just feels so complete as a song, and honestly could have been released on an album like Vessel without even a second thought. This one isn't as good as Fall Away or Addict with a Pen for me, but it's still a powerful song with a powerful message.
There's miles of land in front of us, and we're done.
The vocal performance is again too whiny for me, and the song's production feels very raw, but the lyrics save it. Overall, it's just alright for me. A lot of people are big fans of this one, but the instrumental just doesn't sound good to me. I think there's too much distortion on the piano notes. This is easily the worst track off of the self-titled album. The Christmassy bells are too corny, and the lyrics are by far the weakest on the album. Not to mention how bad the vocal performance is compared to every other song in this album.
You stolen my air catcher.
Air Catcher is just a slightly above average late noughties emo / alt rock song. I don't like the auto-tune towards the end though.
Do me a favor and try to ignore as you watch him fall through a bladed trapdoor.
Extremely sad lyrics and a good performance from Tyler, but the sigh at the end is the kicker for me. It actually adds at least like a half point to the score.
The air begins to feel a little thin.
Another instance of Tyler Joseph's great songwriting even at such a young age. The production on his vocals is a bit crunchy, but honestly I don't really mind. These lyrics are nuts from such a young artist. The rap part is great, but the vocal performance again lets it down just slightly. This song gets a 3 purely for the opening line, "Open the slits in your face." Like, what the actual hell is that? You could have just said the word eyes, Tyler. Like, the words he uses make me uncomfortable. This is my favorite song off of self-titles. This song slaps. Giving birth and stuff is a hard-ass bar too. Regional at best doesn't even exist according to Tyler. Probably their worst project from a production and performance standpoint, but there are some bangers on here. I love Guns for Hands, but the Regional at Best version just isn't the finished product. Something about it just feels off.
I'm taking over my body, back in control.
The vocals feel quieter and the production feels a bit empty, but it's still holding onto you at the end of the day, and holding onto you slaps. There are quite a few odd production choices on this one. It's just not even as close to good as it is on Vessel. Decent lyrics ruined by some atrocious singing at some points. I'm also a fan of the rap verse on this one, but even that can't save the awful singing at points.
I ponder of something great, my lungs will fill and then deflate.
I love this song on Vessel, but the Regional at Best version just is not it. I cannot justify the spoken word delivery. One of the better performances on this album, I'm sad that it didn't make it to Vessel, at least not in the US. This song is okay. End of review.
My kitchen sink. You don't know what that means.
It is a crime that this song never made it onto Vessel. Zach's verse isn't great, I will admit, but the song is an outstanding song otherwise.
You will never know.
This song is my favorite just for the emotion it brings, but it's an objectively bad song. Like, the lyrics aren't good, the instrumental isn't good. Nothing about this song is good, but I have a probably unhealthy emotional attachment to it.
I will make you believe you are lonely. Won't you stay alive?
The vocal effects on the refrain ruin an otherwise amazing song. Like, seriously, how does he think this sounds good?
Ruby, I hope I see you.
The screaming at the end goes hard. That is all. If I could give this a negative score, I would, because this version of Trees is hot garbage. Autotune is meant to be used to make singing better, not worse.
Where'd you go?
Honestly, it's not great. The vocals again leave something to be desired, and the feature from Joseph does not hit the mark whatsoever. This is probably the worst closer to a 21 Pilots album. Like, almost every song he raps in, Tyler's flow and delivery are okay, but on this one it's mediocre at best.
She asked me, son, when I grow old, will you buy me a house of gold?
This is a very raw version of the final product, and he misses a lot of notes. This is what simultaneous calmness and anxiety feels like. Like, if I had to describe this song to somebody, it's like sleeping in the most comfortable bed you've ever had, tucked in nicely, but in any moment you could just fall straight through it onto a bed of nails. This is 21 Pilots' major label debut, and I can't lie, this record slaps so freaking hard for absolutely no reason. A lot of the songs are rehashings of songs from Regional at Best, but the production value, chef's kiss.
I'll stay awake.
This is the finished product of the Regional at Best version. Much fuller production, but still not one of my favorites of theirs. Again, a much fuller sound, and that really makes up the difference in the scores for each version of this song.
I've got a migraine.
This is one of my favorites on this album. Tyler flows so well on this track, with very emotional lyrics, and I especially like the part where he uses the phrases "islands of violence" and "violent island" in the span of 10 seconds.
She asked me, son, when I grow old, will you buy me a house of gold?
This is a much better vocal performance. I'm just not the biggest fan of this song. I think it has something to do with the ukulele.
I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought.
There is a reason that this song is a classic 21 Pilots song. Absolutely great listen every time, and it just gets better with time.
I'm never what I like. I'm double-sided.
Fun fact, I once thought this was on the FIFA 13 soundtrack. It was not. That is my thoughts on this song.
I'm standing in front of you. I'm standing in front of you.
One of the lyrics is,
That's a train.
yeah, it's a pretty decent song.
I have killed a man and all I know is I am on the run and go.
This is an entirely forgettable song. I genuinely listened to Vessel and was surprised when this song came on.
I'll never be what you see inside.
This is another dud on Vessel, which is rare, but there's 2 in a row. The plunky video game synths aren't charming here, but actually pretty annoying. This is how Guns for Hands should sound. It showcases Josh's drumming skills incredibly and is just a great listen every time. I adore Guns for Hands.
I know where you stand, silent in the trees.
This is arguably their best song, and what the song absolutely should sound like, and not the regional at best garbage. And also, it's somehow even better live.
Now the night is coming to an end.
It's an eloquent closer. There's a reason it's the outro music for a lot of their concerts. It's just a great closing song.
Bonus round.
Won't you stay alive? I'll take you on a ride. I will make you believe you are lovely.
I heard this version for the first time only a little bit ago, but holy crap, removing the vocal effects made this song so much better. This is the album where 21 Pilots went mainstream, much to a lot of die-hard fans' disappointment. There are some very high highs and very low lows on this record.
Can you save my every dirty soul?
This is Tyler's best rapping performance yet, and maybe ever, even if the YOLO reference dates the song a little bit.
When the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
This song is overplayed, but for good reason. It's a great song.
I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride.
This one is also overplayed, but the reggae influence on this one just doesn't do it for me.
I'm fairly local. I've been around.
This song is wonderfully simple, both lyrically and stylistically. It should have been the lead single, if not for the line about never playing it on the radio. It should have been the lead single. It's a good love song, just not my favorite off of Blurry Face. The piano riff is so good though. The meta song of all meta songs. I love it. And Massive Fall Off. One of a couple ukulele songs on this album, and honestly, the uke gets on my nerves. I can't lie, as much as the beat is super corny when it picks up, this song is catchy as bruh. There's just something about this song that makes it incredibly mid, like mind-numbingly mid. Catchy as hell, but the ukulele gets on my nerves again. And also, making money selling hair doesn't seem like a lucrative business venture to me. Like, I feel like you can't really make a livable wage off of selling hair.
Please use discretion when you're messing with the message man.
Another meta song, but it just doesn't quite pull it off as well as Lane Boy. The chorus is very catchy though.
Where we're from, there's no sun. Our hometown's in the dark.
The only cool part about this song is that they play it every time they perform in Columbus. This song just encapsulates everything wrong with Blurryface. This is one of the best on this album. I love the performance Tyler puts on here, especially the screaming at the end.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.
This is a good song. It feels like the perfect transition from the Blurryface era to the Trench era. This is one of the songs from like the 2015 to 2016 era of 21 Pilots that got way too overplayed though. Trench is 21 Pilots' most rock-influenced album thus far. It's also the one filled with the most lore.
I can't believe how much I hate pressures of a new place roll my way.
Jumpsuit is their best album opener ever. I love when Tyler and Josh delve into more rock-based music, so this whole album just tickles my brain in the right ways. Damn, this goes hard. I just wish it was longer. Like seriously, they couldn't have made it longer than 2 minutes and 26 seconds long. This song is good, just compared to the other tracks on Trench, not quite as good. I like Tyler's vocals on this one a lot though. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't really like this song. Like I just can't get behind the falsetto. This song is what 21 Pilots are all about on this album, and I love it. Every part of it is just so well done. Well, this is probably Tyler's worst love song. It just lacks substance to me. I feel like singing to your wife about how you let someone beat the crap out of you in her name isn't the best way of showing your love. And also, you don't really need to tell us specifically how much you weigh. This is 21 Pilots' most introspective song in my opinion. Incredibly harrowing, both lyrically and instrumentally. It just hits me hard right in the soul. And we're back to the status quo, brilliant songs on Trench. I adore this song. There's just something so freeing about it. This is one of the weaker tracks on the album, I think. I'm not sure how it became a single in the Jumpsuit EP, but it did, and that was a mistake in my opinion. I am a cut my lip enjoyer, that is all.
I could take the high road, but I know that I'm going low. I'm a bandito.
Very pretty, but I, again, can't get behind the vocals on this one. They're too slow-paced and the high notes just don't do it for me.
I've trained him to make me these beats. Now my pet cheetah's quicker and astuter than on his feet.
Tyler's rapping goes hard again, just not as hard as Levitate goes. And naming a cheetah after the guy who played Tybalt and Romeo and Juliet is definitely an interesting choice. I don't mind this song, but it just feels out of place sonically. Like it fits more with Blurryface songs than on Trench. But like obviously it couldn't go on Blurryface. This is 21 Pilots' second best closing song, and there's a reason why I say second best.
As I told you, the level concern.
Level of Concern is fine, but its lyrics stay rooted in the 2020 pandemic. The ARG was fun though.
You rest assured that Christmas saves the year.
Like Level of Concern, the lyrics are rooted in the pandemic, though it is sonically interesting, and it is a good Christmas song, which makes its way onto my holiday playlist every year. As of right now, Scaled and Icy is 21 Pilots' most recent album, but knowing the previous album release schedules and the Easter egg in the most recent 10-hour stream, there's most likely an album on the way soon. Anyway, Scaled and Icy is a lot more pop-influenced than other 21 Pilots records.
I know it's hard to believe me, it's a good day.
It's catchy, but not one of their best openers. It's very sarcastic, and I enjoy that as a songwriting trope, though.
I know it's over, I was born a joker.
The beat goes hard, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the verse at the end. The halftime, though, before it, that's some bruh I want to inject directly into my veins.
Don't you shy away.
The classic pop song, but I love the way Tyler sings on this one. The live show version is superior, though.
Kids will try to take my vibes. Or am I on the outside?
The deadpan delivery on the opening line is so funny to me.
Might get loud on Friday, but on Saturday.
I used to not like this song, but it's grown on me a lot. I think it's because I thought it was too poppy, but as soon as I found out that's the whole point of this album, it got better.
They're trying hard to weaponize you and I would never take it.
This song is an allegory for the modern day media machine, but it also fits well in the lore of the band.
We're moving sideways. Welcome to Mulberry Street.
Super catchy and gets stuck in my head constantly, which I hate. It's too repetitive for me.
You are formidable to me.
Tyler's best love song, by far. Like, it's not even close.
You should bounce, 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 man.
I genuinely do not like this song. I don't know why, it's just not good. The deep choir hits a part of my brain that I didn't even know existed. Seriously, I can't get enough of it.
Should they keep it on display or redecorate?
The culmination of all things 21 Pilots. This is their best closer to an album ever. Okay, so editing Gil here. 21 Pilots decided to announce a new album and release a new single while I was editing, so I guess I've got to review this one now.
Are my stripes 300 tracks in my Adidas track jacket? Bless your ear holes while you react acting. Gobsmacked, don't hesitate to maybe overcompensate.
I like the song for what it is, which is an introduction to the story that's going to be told in the new album, but if I'm comparing it to the other songs in their discography, I've got to be honest, it's not all that great. So there you have it, my thoughts and ratings on every original 21 Pilots release since 2009. Linked down in the description is a Google Sheet of all of my ratings for those of you who want to see a bit more about them, like the average rating by album if you'd like. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and because I'm a shill for my own channel, please hit the like if you like this, and subscribe if you feel like it. I can't force you though. Or can I?